Because Joe Rogan, we don't have to make videos to pretend anymore. All of this is happening. We're coming to you. I've challenged you man to man to a fight.
So we've given Joe Rogan enough time now to make this situation right, and he still refuses to do so, and it begs the question, did Joe Rogan call the police on the Liver King because he was scared to fight him? Because he could have taken the challenge to fight him then and there, but now with this restraining order being on the Liver King for 2 weeks now, it's not a good look for Rogan. I know everyone everywhere has heard this story by now, but I haven't seen anybody talking about this, the real story. So after Alex Jones broke the news, I have to say, although he is the most trusted news source in media today, I think he got this story wrong, and so did everyone else who has commented on this so far. The Liver King, as I call him, the other week was charged with terrorism for simply wanting to fight Joe Rogan, which was clearly a misunderstanding. He was obviously just trying to roast him with some comedy and happened to take some weapons and props with him just in case. And yet, all I've heard since the story aired is how insane the Liver King is, which is ridiculous. I'm going to explain this so it can't be seen in any other way. If you look up the Liver King, it says he's a businessman, and in his picture he's doing lots of business stuff, like throwing around a javelin, which is a sign of a true businessman. He's not insane, he's just a businessman. And Joe Rogan exposed his business strategy, so the Liver King responded by exposing Joe's business of comedy. The Liver King knew the only way to be as funny as Joe is to challenge him to a fight.
You can worry about me. This week you probably might need to worry about me. You probably need to worry about Joe Rogan more. You probably need to worry about other things, but...
Where are we going, Adam? Austin, Texas, and who's Liver King picking a fight with?
Joe Rogan.
Everybody knows. Whoa. Just pulling up.
You see, fighting is the ultimate form of comedy. That's why they call it jiu-jitsu comedy. That's why if you ask a comedian their thoughts on the UFC, they're all experts all of a sudden, whenever they come on JRE.
You put him in there with a guy like a Dricus du Plessis or something like that. He'd
No, it'd be
get fucking mauled.
No, he's thinking, because he was a fucking precision route runner. Really
Great. When someone's mounting you, drilling elbows in your eye socket.
I know, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You don't know how to block them. You don't know how to stop the rear naked choke. You don't know how to stop the trip. You don't know which way to roll on a heel hook.
They're like, I'll figure that shit out.
No, you won't.
No,
You're going to get your knees ripped apart. You're
Yeah.
going to get knocked unconscious.
Yeah,
It's like just
grimy.
reality. But I love the fact that people think that way.
There's a
think
lot
it's fun.
that think like that. Outspoken.
It's my mentality, bro.
Yeah.
Of course, this didn't start when Joe Rogan became massively famous and all of these comedians had to go on to promote themselves. I mean, you can see in this old footage of famous Chinese comedian Lenny Bruce Lee. There's a lot of history in the comedy world for Liver King to draw inspiration from, so he was clearly in his right mind when he was asking for this roast battle with Joe Rogan. Though Rogan claims to be a funny guy, he's told people multiple times that he once tried to fight or roast with the fists, as some might call it, with him and Wesley Snipes, who was an actor, not a pure athlete comic like the Liver King is.
I was supposed to fight Wesley Snipes. That was real. And I was training twice a day for 6 months. It was hard. I was so tired all the time. And I only got a taste of what it's like to train like an MMA fighter. Because I was training knowing that the fight was eventually going to take place, so I was building up a base. So I was kickboxing every morning, and then I was doing jiu-jitsu every night.
So why did it fall through?
I think because he knew I was going to kill him.
So why is it that when a fair challenge is offered, he bitches out and calls the cops? He basically cancelled the Liver King. I mean, they legally can't roast each other face to face now, as the Liver King isn't allowed within 200 yards of Rogan. Or maybe that's what it seems like on the surface, because there's an equally credible theory that the Liver King knew that Rogan was connected to the CIA, and threatening this asset would reveal to the world how connected Rogan is, which is pretty successful because they stopped him immediately. You can see all of these three-letter agencies are connected to Joe Rogan now. I mean, the CIA, the FBI, and SNL. If Joe had to do a battle of the wits with the Liver King, he would get destroyed in a second and then he'd own the comedy mothership, where he would kick out David Lucas for being fat and use Tony Hinchcliffe as a mic stand. He could use some of that comedy around Tony's little twig neck too, and then the show would become Kill the Liver King, and then someone could load some comedy into a gun and blow the comedy at the back of his head too, and then we'd never have to hear about these two ever again. I'm still holding out hope, though, that Joe will finally accept this challenge, and we can finally see justice served.